Welcome to another episode of Rookie and Guru. I am the Guru and this is the Rookie.
G'day.
So why don't you say some words?
Well, it looks like I've got something stuck out of my head at the moment. Can you see that pole coming? I'm a science fiction guru
Yeah.
in my spare time.
Yeah.
You can also see some swings behind us. We're not going to utilise these, so we've got props outside here, but we're not going to use them. It is going to be me sitting down and you sitting down.
Yep, in different places.
Yeah. Well, now we're off to such a flying start of this vlog. I'd like to reintroduce. I am the Dream Team Guru. He is the Rookie Guru. And we thought we'd do an early vlog this week because of what happens tomorrow, which is Anzac Day, which is the start of round 5. But first of all, how did we go last week?
Well, I did a whole lot better than usual. Got an extra 200 points or so. This was pretty much because I didn't have any injuries this week, so my players could really just do their business.
And I think you ended up around 1930 or something, which forced you to jump on Wikipedia and see what happened that year.
Yeah.
Anything happen in the 30s?
No.
Right, no history at all. I finished in a year that hadn't happened yet. I'm about 2056, I think I ended up with.
Good year.
Yeah, could be. Hopefully we're around to enjoy it. Well, one of us at least.
Yeah.
Anyway, I managed to win each of my leagues this week, which was good considering I didn't make any trades either. So I'm happy. I feel that's a double win. In League 5 this week, though, I take on Dr. Dream Team, who's the professional Dream Teamer out there. He works for the AFL. You know, I've tweeted him a few times, said, how about having a guru offsider or something? But
He doesn't want any of that.
yeah, well, I don't think he's interested. But maybe I could get a type of victory this week, as in numerical, against him in League 5, which is one of the big games this week. I'm also taking on Bieber Fever in one of the leagues. I'm looking forward to seeing how they go. Were there any highlights in yours this week of upcoming games?
Oh, look, before we get into that, I have to say that everyone is probably wanting to know a little bit about the Mrs. Dream Team match. So, obviously you won.
Yes, that's right.
Was it close?
I'm not sure if everyone's got it, but with the way the Dream Team's structured this year, you can actually see the players you've got in common and the players you don't. And I could tell by about Saturday night that I had her beaten, which made my sleep on Saturday a lot easier. But I do have to take her on in, I think, another league later on in the year. And, as we know, she got me last year. So, yeah.
How did she feel about losing?
I think she was surprised she had a team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
But yeah, she can handle that. She hasn't made any trades yet. Although I think I made one on her behalf because I knew she was going to cop a donut, because I don't know what's happening with Nathan Lovett-Murray. He hasn't been named for weeks.
Yep.
So Mrs. DT Guru brought in Brendan Goddard with some spare cash she had lying around. I wish she could share that with me, but yeah. Well, I've actually got about 200k.
Yeah?
Yeah, unallocated. So I'm up for an upgrade trade soon, but I don't know if I'll do it this week or later on.
Have you got anyone in mind?
Well, I did. He's out for about 3 weeks.
Is that Gary Ablett?
It's Gary Ablett. Neither me nor the Rookie have Gary Ablett in our teams, which means we're not faced with the Ablett dilemma of what do we do with him. But you might remember last week, and it went like this. He's ugly.
Yeah.
A guy called Mike in League 5 called him ugly. We talked about it a bit. We got a little bit of support from Twitter.
Yeah, thanks, Twitter.
Yeah, about your good looks.
Was there any positive?
Well, it was positive in the regards that they wrote to us.
Okay, cool. That was very supportive.
Yeah. In some ways, not as supportive, particularly when I'm just finding it now. This was from Scotch and Coke 1. Dream Team Guru, Rookie Guru. You heard me?
Yeah.
Okay, think ugly is the wrong word. Hashtag but ugly. Hashtag just joking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for that Scotch
and Coke 1.
Scotch and Coke 1. Yeah.
I laughed.
Yeah, I laughed too. But Scotch and Coke 1, I would like to see what you look like, because I want to know, am I being judged by someone who is also butt ugly or by someone who's actually good looking? There's a big difference.
That's a good question. On Mike Watch, though, we jumped into his team. He plays for the Duck Kings in League 5, if you're in League 5. He does have Gary Ablett.
Yeah.
So do you have any specific advice for Mike, who thinks that he is really, really, really ugly?
That's right. So, Mike, I don't have this problem of Gary Ablett being injured for at least 3 weeks because I didn't select him. I'm not putting you down at all. I'm just saying that you made, possibly a bad call. But I would be thinking about, dropping him completely. Just get rid of him. Who knows how long he's going to be injured for?
That's true. They're saying 3 weeks. Who's to say it's going to be 13?
Yeah. I'm in the very good position of being able to pick him up when everyone else picks him up again in 3 weeks, if I want, if I think it's worthwhile.
So you save a trade because you don't have to trade him out.
Exactly. Was it worth going without him for a couple of weeks? I think so.
Mike, let us know how you go, if you decide to keep him, if you decide to trade him. I got really worried because I was tweeting about this last night a bit, about the Gary Ablett, because Gary Ablett actually revealed it to Twitter that he's only going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. And he obviously isn't a dream team player, because 2 to 3 weeks is horrendous for everyone.
Yeah.
We're like, Gary Ablett, get on the park, not, that's good, it's only 2 to 3 weeks. Anyway, that aside, a lot of people were tweeting, what should we do, what should we do? And I revealed that I don't have Gary Ablett, so I'm not faced with the issue. And I got a bit of heat on that. Why don't you have Gary Ablett? He's the best player, he's a lot, kind of thing was coming my way. And, well, there is a reason why I picked Swan over him. And pretty much it's because Swan does play more games per season than Ablett. Swan didn't play all 22 games available last year, but neither did Ablett. And I reckon for the last 3 or 4 seasons, Ablett hasn't played every game. So that means that you do have to bench him from time to time, and it's a lot of money just sitting there not accumulating any points. So I've made the decision I'm not going to take Ablett. He has been scoring phenomenally in the first few weeks, and if he hadn't been injured, I would have been trying to find a way of bringing him into my team now, as I regret not having him in my team trade. But, I'm not. Yep. I don't have him in my team, so I don't have to worry about the injury at the moment. Hopefully he's back in 3 weeks and I can look at picking him up. I'd probably, by that stage, Magna might have gone up in value enough that I can go a Magna to Ablett trade. And how phenomenal would that be? Because who's heard of Magna?
I certainly haven't.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right. Magnier.
Please get in touch with the show if we are pronouncing your name correctly.
In one of those permutations.
Yeah, I'll go with permutations.
Yeah, I wanted to get that one in.
So we'll do that segment each week, Mike Watch.
Yeah. But Mike, how you going? I really like you and your philosophies.
Yeah, and remember, photos please. We want to see photos.
Now, tomorrow is the start of round 5, and not all the squads are going to be announced by the time that the game starts. So we've got an issue with who to trade and who not to trade, because we don't know who's injured apart from the good old Gary, who's told us he is injured. The good thing is our friends at Champion Data, who do run the Dream Team in the background for all us players, they're aware of that. So what they're doing is what's called a partial lockout. That means you can trade, you can bring in and out Collingwood and Essendon players up until the game starts. Then those players, you can't do anything with them. But all the other players in the league, for the other 16 teams, you can still trade in and out up until the Friday night game. That's very nice of them, but there is what's known as the loophole, which is, because you can't make any changes to Essendon and Collingwood players, what you do is you pick one of those players and make them your vice-captain. That means that if your captain doesn't play, their score will double. So let's say I've got Dane Swan. I'll make him my vice-captain. If he makes 150, that would double to 300 if he was my captain. I would certainly be happy with that. So what I would do then is I would name a captain from one of the other 16 clubs that isn't playing. Put the captain on them, put an emergency on the bench that can come in and replace them, and that way I'm taking Dane Swan's vice-captain score. In the end, he'll be my captain. So it's a bit of a trick you can play. I have about 2 or 3 Collingwood players and a couple of Essendon players that I can choose from in that. I think you got something on your face there.
What's that? Something's gone wrong with
Yeah.
my beard.
Yeah. Well, that was happening minutes before. Anyway, what you can use the captain loophole if you have some Essendon or Collingwood players, because we're all playing under the same rules, so everyone else can use this loophole. You can too.
I think we should cut that part out. I don't think they should know that. I think we should use that and not tell them.
Remember that editing software that we ordered from China years and years and years ago? Still hasn't arrived. They're going to find out.
All right, let's just go with that then.
Yep. So, have you got anyone in mind that you're going to give the vice captaincy to?
I hadn't really thought that issue through, but I might just bring up my team and see who I've got.
Cool. While you're doing that, I'll just go a bit further. The interesting thing from my perspective is I would normally name Dane Swan as my captain. He's the most expensive player for a reason. He always scores well. But I've kind of got the safety net this week where I can put him as my vice. If he only scores 80, which would be 160 doubled, I can then go, all right, well, I'm not happy with that for him. I'd like someone else, please. Then I can give it to Scott Thompson or Brendan Goddard, or I don't know. Do you know?
No, I don't. Who's playing tonight? Tomorrow night?
Tomorrow is Essendon Collingwood. So
Essendon.
You've got until about 2:30 to make your vice captain choice. Make sure you don't give your captaincy to a Collingwood and Essendon player, just in case you're not happy with your vice score.
Yep.
And then bring on. I've kind of got in mind a couple of great. It's been said that Greater Western Sydney are going to make 5 changes. Odds are one of them is going to be from my team, so I'll make them my captain if I'm happy with Dane Swan's score. If I'm not happy with Dane Swan's score, look out, Brendan Goddard.
So I'm thinking Pendlebury.
Oh, very good choice as your vice captain. Yeah. Again, you'd probably make him your captain most weeks.
Yeah.
Because he is so expensive and so reliable. But why not take the risk that you use that safety clause, and if he makes you a good score tomorrow, as I say, put someone on that's not going to be selected and give them the captaincy.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Cool. Well, let's check Twitter and see if we've got any questions. Because we gave pretty short notice that we were going to do this, so we're either going to have to read questions or make them up.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll make one up while you're checking that.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Oh no. I've just got one in now.
I do actually.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I've got a couple.
Yeah. It's not a very good life ace.
Okay. This one is from Michael Sims 96. Rookie Guru, Dream Team Guru. Should I be trying to get another mid gun? Looking at Callum Ward, but it's hard to fit him in. Callum Ward plays for Greater Western Sydney, and the hard thing with them is they don't have a great squad yet. So Callum Ward is going to be tagged most weeks because he is one of the best players for their team, which means that he might fluctuate in score more than be reliable. I'd probably look at if you're going to get a gun midfielder, look for someone from a more reliable team, but also someone who's got reliable job security, so not someone that's going to be dropped. Like, for instance, Shane Tuck scores very well, but in previous years, Richmond haven't treated him so well, and he finds himself playing in the reserves or with either the green or red vest. So it's hard to bring him in. Go for someone like a gun midfielder from West Coast, for instance. I'd probably suggest over Callum Ward. And we've got another question here from Shaken77 EDT. Do you guys know of anyone that's actually good at DT and can help me?
Does that mean we're not good at it?
It does. That is an implication of that
hurtful.
one. Oh, that's okay. I revealed last week that I'm very, very unsuccessful at this Dream Team game. I like to play it and have a lot of fun, but I'm not very good at it. It's really... do you know many gurus?
No, but the gurus that I know, they're more of a source of information than being the best at their craft.
I guess
Source of teaching.
Yeah, and I guess the good thing is, like, if you guys beat me or beat us, the good thing is you're taking some good advice and leaving out all the rubbish.
Yeah.
Which is, we're 14 minutes into this video. There's a lot of rubbish there, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as good sources for Dream Team info, I'd go to Dream Team Talk and Fan Footy for live stats. They're great.
Cool. Yep. Easy. Cool. So that's the last of the Twitter requests.
That's right.
Cool. Well, we might end it there because we're hitting the 15-minute mark. But thanks very much for listening again. Please get in contact with us if you've got any more questions, and we will absolutely give you the correct answers.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, and if they're not the correct answers, just I guess don't watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just give you another answer if we don't have the correct answer.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Who's going to go on the swing first?
Alright, yeah, me and the cat.